I've heard both of you say that in several ways you're mirror images of one another, your teams are mirror images of one another, programs. But the way that you both got to that place are very different from a personality perspective. So I wonder, what attributes maybe have you taken from one another? This is for both of you. What attributes, Coach Saban, have you taken from Dabo, or Dabo from Coach Saban that maybe you've incorporated into your program that intrigued you that they do? Nick Saban: well, I have a tremendous amount of respect for what and how they do things at Clemson. They do a great job of recruiting. They do a great job of developing their players, and likewise, that's what we try to do in our program in terms of we want to help guys be more successful in life because they were involved in the program, whether it's through personal development, making sure they graduate, develop careers off the field, help them in career development, be the best version of themselves, see if they can have a career as a football player. And I guess there's probably more than one way to do that. But we try to do it with a great staff of people who are interested in creating a culture of accountability for players in terms of their personal behavior, how they approach academics, how they approach what they try to do in football, and that has helped us, and we're constantly trying to evaluate other successful programs, including Clemson's, to see if they're doing something that might help us improve what we do to help our players be more successful. Dabo Swinney: yeah, well, I think for me, that's a lot. You're talking about a program that I have a deep love and respect for, always have, always will, and a coach that's, he's won 6 national championships, and the level of consistency is a model and an aspiration for every program. So for me, I think a couple things. 1, how he has just been himself, regardless of what people think or say or whatever. He's been himself, and he's stuck to the things that he believes in, and that's a lesson for me, to be myself and to be convicted in my beliefs and how I think that I should run the program. But he's very detailed. We're very detailed in how we do things. And I think from a program standpoint, when he got to Alabama, how he modernized the program, infrastructure-wise, to create an environment, like he said, that's conducive to helping the young players have a great experience and to develop as a person and a player. And there's resources involved with that, and I think that that's something that Coach Saban changed in college football, quite frankly. When I was an assistant, when he became the head coach and started kind of putting that in place, it was something that I paid attention to, because the old model where you had the head coach and 9 assistants and a couple guys and you were everything, you were the coach, you were the counselor, you wore every hat. In the meantime, recruiting is still going on, problems happen, these kids are kids and they have family issues. So creating an infrastructure to support the coaches in the ultimate mission of helping these guys have that great experience but helping them get the tools they need to go dominate in life and at the same time develop as a player, and I think Coach Saban kind of led the way in that. I think as a coach, we're always studying and trying to learn from every program, and Alabama has certainly been the standard for a decade or so since he's been there. So I've learned lots of things. Sometimes it could just be maybe how he handles a situation. I've called on him a time or two to ask him his opinion on some things, and we've swapped some ideas. I'm thankful that I've been able to learn. And again, I learn from everyone, but I think Alabama has been incredibly consistent, and why is that? Well, they've recruited great players, they've developed those players, they've had a standard in place. So there are a lot of similarities, yet personality-wise maybe we're different in how we go about certain things. But at the end of the day, I think it's just being true to who you are.